Good afternoon and good morning to everybody. We are right here using the Ghost X Ice. Create that first guideline. Make sure to debulk it really nicely with this trimmer. This trimmer is like so good for debulking. It does not catch whatsoever on the skin, and it just takes it as close as possible for you. It makes your job a lot easier, keeps your clippers a lot sharper. I really enjoy using this trimmer. And so this is like a math equation, you know, you do one thing to the one side and you do it to the other side as evenly and as neatly as you can. And that's what's really going to get you the results that you are looking for when it comes to fading. Whatever you do to one side is what you do to the other side. And so right here I got the Play and Slime Green. This is the Slime Green bundle by TPOB. And so I'm creating my first guideline here before I take it out with the same thing. And you know, I'm trying to do it as even as I can all the way around. Make sure that I'm blending at the same time. So I go up and I create probably like 1.5 inches of a guideline, and then immediately I blend it out using the lever closed, and I start my guideline with the lever open, and I just go all the way down to lever closed. And as you can see, I'm doing the same thing on this side as well. So we want to do as even as we can all the way around, and you know, using the corners however you need to blend, because there's different types of blending, there's different ways to blend. And you know, sometimes I use corners, sometimes I use like the front of the clipper, but you know, it just depends. Like it's almost like my wrist is on autopilot. I don't really think about it. And right here we got the 1.5, and I'm doing another inch up. This is probably a little bit less than the first guideline. The first guideline is like 1.5 inches. This next one is like 1 inch. And we do the same thing all the way around, you know, while having a conversation with the client and cutting at the same time. It's not easy, but as you can see, I'm like talking and I'm thinking at the same time. So I got to do two things at once, and for a lot of you it's easy, but for me it's a little difficult. So right here I got the half guard, and I'm blending into the 1.5 guard. And so far we do the lever open, lever closed, 1.5, and then the half guard to the 1.5. We're doing a high fade for my guy Eric Lee, and this is what we do for him every single time. We stay consistent, and that's why my guy keeps coming back. So you know, I appreciate the support. I appreciate everybody tuning in. This is the first voiceover that I do, and it's just a one take. We're not going to be doing too much editing. Look, the clip right here is showing that I'm doing it to the other side now with the 0.5, and this is closed lever, as you can see. Our client's head is like a tripod, so we have to move it in a way that benefits us while we're cutting. Just like whatever music we're choosing to play while we're cutting has to benefit the barber, not the client, because we are the artist and we are the ones putting in the work to make this a flawless haircut and have the best result possible. So, you know, I'm finishing up some detailing right there, and in this clip right here I am working the top with some point cutting, and I'm taking about 1 inch as well off, or close to 1 inch, very close to 1 inch. I'm taking the top down because in the last video you guys were being really rude to me, and yeah, I got like 300 comments. But in this video we're going to take some of the feedback, you know, because we love feedback, and that's how we grow. So I got like 300 negative comments on the last video that we did, and that's fine. It's okay. We're gonna get through it. We're gonna listen to you guys. A lot of you guys said, you know, Phineas and Ferb. I don't know. I never heard of that before. I don't know who that is, but I might have to look up what you guys are talking about. But you guys are very rude, and I hope that you guys can tone it down a bit. But if you don't, that's okay as well. But we're just gonna keep putting out content. You know how we do it. Consistent, non-stop, just grinding, working towards the top, brick by brick. And that's how we're doing it. All 2025, baby. So, I'm using these shears from Amplify the Stylist. If you use code Dr. Barber, DRBARBER, you can get a nice little discount. The comb I'm using is from Amplify the Stylist as well. And the shears are pretty sharp. They stay sharp pretty long time, if you ask me. And they got a nice cool design to them. It's like a silver and black. So I really enjoy these shears. And as you can see, now I am using the shaver from TPOB. This is the Play shaver that goes with the Play trimmer and the Play clipper. And it's a very nice set. As you guys can see, TPOB has got a charging station pod type of thing that he's going to be dropping and introducing to the US market. And that's going to be holding all these three bad boys in one place with some really nice lights and green lighting it up. And I'm very excited for that move. We are also waiting on the Go Clipper. That's going to be a really nice one. And yeah, so, you know, with the shaver, I'm flicking up, basically trying to blend it in really nicely. And the shaver's pretty smooth. Obviously, you got to get it down as close as you can before anything, right? You need to get it as close as you can with the debulking trimmer of your choice. If I were you, I would definitely get the Ghost X Ice. Any color of the Ghost X is wonderful, and you can even gap it a little bit, but straight out the box it runs real smooth. Right here I got some thinning shears, again from Amplify the Stylist. I got a code for TPOB and a code for Amplify the Stylist that is the same. It's DRBARBER, so that's Dr. Barber. For TPOB USA, you get a 20% discount. And for Amplify the Stylist, I am not sure. I think it's like a 10% discount. But either way, it's nice to know. It's good to know. Thinning shears are your best friend as a barber because they really take out that line, that weight of the world on the ridge of the head, and it brings out the fade. It makes it a smooth transition, and it creates a beautiful contrast. So I love thinning shears. Thinning shears is how I get my game up and how I create the blurriest blends. And so, you know, we're just point cutting right here, making sure we hit any of those dark spots and making sure we make that nice transition over to that end result that you guys are looking for. So we're just working, picking away little spots that we can work on, and see we're doing the same thing to this side. Starting a little bit high because there's some weight up top, and I start going more lower every time until I create that seamless contrast. And it works very well, guys. So I encourage you guys to get some thinners, some texturizers, because there's two different things, right? Thinners will probably take a lot of weight off, and texturizers basically take out a lot less, and they really step your game up. So definitely look into getting a pair of these. Combing it forward just to make sure we see what damage we've created, and then we basically, it's like a trial and error, you know, cut it, comb it, see where it's at, cut it, comb it, see where it's at, and we just keep going from there. Point cutting any of those dark areas, soften them up. And this is basically my cutting process to every single haircut I do. Once you get the system down, it's pretty autopilot from there. Right here I got the Softy blade. Guys, I love this blade. You guys need to get it. To me, it's basically like the same as the Play trimmer blade, but it's like longer, right? It's wider, so you know it covers more area, and it's great for debulking. You just gotta watch out because it'll cut that corner off if you aren't careful. And here's the final result, guys. We got a nice clean high fade for my guy Eric Lee. Came through and got consistent work. Boom. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and book with me if you need a nice clean one.